CAF World Cup qualifiers, people. It is the gift that keeps on giving, as we saw horrific goalkeeping, shocking results like Cameroon drawing with Eswatini. We saw very good performances from South Africa, Nigeria, Ghana. We're going to break it all down here. It's going to be about 20-25 minute video. Next week, we're going to have a comprehensive review, about an hour and a half maybe, of all the action that happened in CAF World Cup qualifiers, because there's a lot to discuss, but today it's just more of a reaction to the first match day in March. Sierra Leone, they beat Guinea-Bissau. I was very disappointed in Guinea-Bissau because Beto started the game, but if you look at the game, Sierra Leone were the better team. Bundu, obviously, very good season with Plymouth so far. Gets the goal. I think he had to come off injured. K. Kamara, the legend of Sierra Leone football, he goes onto the field. But Guinea-Bissau were pretty average in the matchup. I get it, it's an away game, but you should be performing better there, Guinea-Bissau. Sierra Leone took advantage of a poor Guinea-Bissau. They get 3 points. And Sierra Leone actually are a good team. Remember, they went away to Burkina Faso and got a 2-2 draw. So they're no mugs here. They can frustrate an Egypt. They can frustrate a Burkina Faso. Of course, the next game for Sierra Leone is away to Egypt. I don't think they're going to get much in that matchup. Burkina Faso, yeah, I mean, they're going to destroy Djibouti. Djibouti are not a great team. Good to see Lassina Traore get a goal because it seems like forever since he scored for the Stallions. Burkina Faso, it should be 5-0, 6-0. There's no competition there between the two teams. And then Egypt, they keep on performing well. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Egypt. Yes, the lineup was very attacking. At times, I saw Trezeguet playing a left back. I was like, wow, we're just going to go all out attack here like it's on FIFA. Egypt play well. One thing I will say about Egypt, they're probably the most dangerous team on the counterattack right now in the CAF region. They are so dangerous with the one-touch football with Salah, Marmoush, Zizou. If you're just going to keep possession against Egypt, you better be careful on the counterattack. Could it be better possession-wise from Egypt? Yes. Could the overall performance be better from Egypt? Of course, but these are CAF World Cup qualifiers. There's not going to be an easy game. The most important thing is just qualifying for the World Cup and then improving the performances ahead of the AFCON. They're 5 points clear of this group, 5 games to go. Egypt, I think, will win this group by 6 or 7 points. It should be a comfortable qualifiers for them. DR Congo need to improve. That was not a good performance against South Sudan, only 1-0. The game was pretty boring in all honesty. DR Congo just kind of flat. Maybe they just said, South Sudan, bottom of the group, we're at home. They're not going to perform here. Could be better from DR Congo, but they got to improve. I did not get to watch the Togo-Mauritania game. That finished 2-2. Hey, Mauritania finally get a point in this group, and Togo are just the draw kings right now in CAF. 4 draws and only 1 loss, -1 goal difference. Imagine they converted a couple of those draws into victory. But the game I did watch in this group was Sudan versus Senegal. Wow, what a game. End to end at times. Sudan very strong defensively, very dangerous going forward. How they didn't win this game is beyond me. I think Sudan will be kicking themselves. They still got to go away to DR Congo. They still got to go away to Senegal, people. I want to believe that Sudan are going to create one of the most historical qualifying campaigns that we've ever seen in World Cup qualifiers because of all the adversity the country is facing, the players are facing, the manager Pia is facing, that they don't have a league right now. Their top 2 teams are playing in the Mauritanian League. So to go toe-to-toe with Senegal, like what? This maybe is more of an indictment on Senegal, in all honesty, because one thing I always associate with Senegal for the past 5 years is strong defensively. They don't give up a lot of chances. This game, I mean, Sudan had probably 3 golden chances to win it. Now, granted, Sadio Mane had about 3 chances himself. Sadio Mane, I love you. You got to start thinking about retiring from the national team. Like, either it's Thiaw that's saying, hey, Sadio, leave the football before the football leaves you, or Sadio Mane makes that decision himself because his impact wasn't felt. Okay, he had that one decent opportunity down the right side. Down the left wing, where was Sadio? Where was Sadio in this matchup? Of course, Senegal are missing a couple players like the Nico Jacksons and Dia from Everton. So you can understand, but it's still Senegal. One thing I don't understand from Thiaw is why are you playing both gays in the midfield? You have to have maybe 2 attacking-minded midfielders and playing one of the gays as the DM. That would maybe work better. But still, they had the 2 defensive midfielders and they were getting cut up on the counter attack. So I think Senegal, they dodged a massive bullet here considering they didn't play well. Sudan played, I thought, really good, and Sudan had the better chances in the game. considering that one golden opportunity in the second half where Sudan in front of goal, Koulibaly's at the goal line, it didn't get on target. If that went on target, it could have been a different story here. So Sudan, they played well. I just felt like they missed a massive opportunity here. But 5 games to go. The top 3 are separated by 2 points. Yeah, this is going to the final match day, people. Benin dropping a 2-goal lead against Zimbabwe. Can never allow that to happen. The Zimbabwe goalkeeper gifted the first goal for Benin to Muni, but it's just... Benin should be doing better there. They're an experienced team. Gernot Rohr is an experienced manager. That should never be happening under his leadership. Zimbabwe, they're a good team. I'm actually very impressed by them. They should not be bottom of this group. They should be maybe 4th or 3rd. With the way they play football, very impressed by Zimbabwe. Kind of a missed opportunity for Benin. South Africa, I mean, they didn't play the best, I thought, in the first half. Great to see that the stadium was full, considering the opponent was Lesotho. You could understand, maybe Lesotho, guaranteed 3 points. We don't need to show up, but the support was there. The second half, though, they were really good, South Africa. Mokwana, who plays his football in Tunisia, very impressed by that player down the right side. Just such a dangerous player in one-on-one situations. He beat, obviously, a couple players, then lays it off to Mofokeng. And this Mofokeng, what is he, 20 years old? I've never seen this guy play, so forgive me, South Africans. Plays his football for Orlando Pirates. Kid looks good. Kid looks very, very good. See, that's what South Africa need. They need to bring in the youngsters that are very talented and mix them with the experienced players of Michael Mokoena, Ronwen Williams. So I'm liking this South Africa team. I think they're building really well. Lesotho, once they give up the goal, you just knew they're going to be a liability defensively because they're going to have to push up higher up the field, and that gives space to South Africa. And then Adams, he gets the second goal there. So comfortable performance from South Africa. Their next game, though, is away to Benin. That is going to be a tough game. Yeah, Benin dropped a 2-goal lead to Zimbabwe. But anytime you travel away, especially in this group, you're going to face a tough matchup. Remember, South Africa went away to Rwanda and lost. Anything's possible in this group. And then the last game was Eric Chalet's debut with Nigeria, and a very comfortable performance. Something you haven't been able to say about the Super Eagles for quite a while. A comfortable performance. And one, it's down to defensively, they looked really good. I think tactically, Eric Chalet got a spot on, pressing high up the field against Rwanda because he knew Rwanda cannot beat the press. They did a couple of times, but to no avail. They didn't create any chances for Rwanda in the matchup. And then Victor Osimhen, man. Victor Osimhen, that second goal, ice cold finish, people. One of the best strikers in the world. Doesn't get talked about because he plays for Galatasaray. I don't understand why. Galatasaray are a massive club, but Victor Osimhen showed his class. And I think it was his first game as well in World Cup qualifiers. That's the difference. When you have your best players, they can show up. Victor Osimhen shows up. I really thought Ola Aina to Bassi to Trustekong. I thought they played really good games for Nigeria, and they just need to keep on winning here. They're still 4 points behind South Africa heading into the final 5 match days. We, of course, know the two teams will play against each other in September. That game is going to be everything. But the next match day could get interesting. Zimbabwe going away to Nigeria. Not an easy game for the Super Eagles. South Africa going away to Benin. I think this group could get a little bit closer after the next match day. Cameroon, man. These guys keep on disappointing. And more disappointment. Okay, I understand. It's a Wednesday. Most of the club football ended on the Sunday. You're taking a long trip to South Africa for the game. There's no excuses. It's Eswatini. Eswatini. Come on, Cameroon. The last 20 minutes, because I didn't get to watch the first half, I watched the second half. The last 20 minutes were so horrific. I mean, some of the football from Baleba, especially. Baleba, who we know, guys are saying he's worth 100 million. He couldn't string 2 passes together. Simple pass out wide to his left back or to his right back. Couldn't complete it. Mbeumo, no real impact on the match. Vincent Aboubakar, not good enough. Disappointing from Cameroon because this is the game you have to win. You need to collect 6 points against Eswatini in a very tough group right here. And you can't even do that. Oh boy, Samuel Eto'o is going to get even more irate at his manager and his players. And I mean, Samuel Eto'o should take a lot of blame for what's going on with Cameroon. So not a good performance, and they're putting themselves in danger of missing the World Cup. Cape Verde, I didn't think they played well against Mauritius. They got a lucky goal with Semedo. Basically a missed cross, hits the post into the back of the net. Should be better from Cape Verde. This is a team that played amazing football at the AFCON. But since the AFCON, it's been underperforming. And you can just see this team. They don't have an identity right now, and they don't look comfortable on the ball. AFCON, 1-2 touches, 1-2 touches, movement off the ball. Now it's a bit slow pace. I'll tell you right now, if Cape Verde play like that, they go away to Angola, they're eating 3 goals easily. Then the last game in this group was Libya and Angola. What an insane game. Probably my favorite game of the international break so far. Yeah, I would go there, yeah. Probably my favorite game, otherwise Kuwait and Iraq. This whole scenario with games being played in Libya against Libya, one thing I don't like is Angola, they were held at the airport for 3 hours, if I'm not mistaken. Then at the stadium, they had to wait 3 hours for security reasons. Those sort of things should not be happening. Angola should be leaving the stadium with police escort and going to the airport and leaving, right? It's a long trip to go to Angola. Instead, they have to wait 3 hours. I mean, these sort of things should not be happening. I think CAF should be looking into it, but maybe it's the mind games from Libya. Who knows if these sort of things do happen in international football. But nonetheless, the game, sanity. Toe-to-toe, back and forth, so that you get a chance, I get a chance, especially the second half. Although Angola in the first half, they probably had 2 right in front of goal, people. If you want to have an XG, probably 0.5 for both opportunities. One of them didn't even go on target. The other one was a great save from the Libyan goalkeeper. Second half, I think Libya grew into the game more. They were much more comfortable on the ball. And then Alafi, who was not really that tall, leaped like a salmon and got the golazo there from Sula, who was really good off the bench. I was really impressed by Sula. Then Sula had a very good opportunity 6-7 minutes afterwards that could have killed this game off. He didn't convert the chance. And then Freddy, the captain for Angola, steps up, scores the goal. Maybe you could say about infringement on the goalkeeper, but I think the goalkeeper for Libya should be doing better there with the free kick. And then Freddy's celebration is hilarious. He grabs his crotch. 1, it's Ramadan. You should not be doing that. 2, that's very disrespectful. 3, I kind of rate it. I kind of rate it a little bit because maybe he was getting so much abuse from the fans, maybe even to the player. Because he went straight to the player of Libya and did that. That is highly disrespectful. But maybe Angola were just getting so much, maybe because of the airport debacle, maybe the fans, everything about it was frustrating the Angolan players. And they just let them know about that whole scenario. I think this game should have been 2-2. It was so entertaining, just the intensity that both teams played at. I was highly entertained. And next game, though, for Libya, going away to Cameroon. Very intrigued to see how Aliou Cisse will approach that game. And for Angola, you have to now beat Cape Verde at home. Now you have to convert some of these draws to victory. Because if Angola can do that, I think they will qualify to the World Cup. I'm very impressed by how Angola play football from the AFCON to now. They're a very good team. I think they're right now a top 10 team in CAF. I think Angola are a better team right now than Cameroon. They got to show it, though, against Cape Verde. For Cameroon, you're hosting Libya. End of the next match day, we could see Angola on 10 points. We could see Cape Verde on 10 points. We could see Cameroon on 10 points. Libya on 9 points. Top 4 separated by 2 points. Glorious scenes. Only one game in this group, and Morocco, oh man, they got away with 1 in this matchup against Niger. Niger taking the lead, and I've actually been impressed by Niger the past year. You know, they don't have the quality, but they definitely frustrate the opponents. Of course, this game being played in Morocco, I don't understand it. Why can't this game be played in Ivory Coast or Libya or Tunisia, something like that? Neutral venue. Why does that have to be played in Morocco? Anyways, Niger take the lead. Morocco looking frustrated, lacking ideas. I thought the first half was really dull overall from both teams. Just nothing in it. Second half, once Niger took the lead, I was like, okay, how do you respond, Regragui? How do you respond for Morocco? Well, Regragui made the subs. The subs make the difference. Saibari, good goal. El Hanous, back post, free. By the way, Brahim Diaz on both goals was exceptional, especially the second goal where he lays it off to Masroui with that back heel. Oh my God, disgusting from Brahim Diaz. The one thing I need to say about Morocco is they got to improve with these performances. I know we can be very critical and say they should be winning every game 3-4-0. That's the Morocco we should be expecting. En-Nesyri can't start though. I'm sorry. En-Nesyri, if you need a goal in the final 20 minutes, he's your guy. Because you can put crosses into the box. He's a very good aerial threat. But if you're actually asking him for build-up play and this, because Morocco are going to be a possession-based team right now. Maybe in the World Cup, it will be different. In these games, especially at the AFCON, Morocco are expected to keep possession of the ball. So you need El Kabi, I think, will be the guy. Obviously, he was injured, so he did not get called up for this window. I just don't think En-Nesyri is that guy. Unahi should be playing a lot better, in my opinion, considering the talent there is. Saibari, El Hanous, these guys could be starting ahead of Unahi, so he's got to perform better. Hakimi, I didn't think he had the greatest impact in this game, but this is sort of like experimental time for Regragui. What team, what players will suit this sort of style and formation the best? You still got time to test it out. There is, 8 months to go? Yeah, 8 months to go into the AFCON. But the performances should be a little bit better. It's only one game. Let's see how Morocco perform in the next matchup. I didn't get to watch any of the games in this group because Gabon, of course, they're going to beat Seychelles. No surprise there because Seychelles, I'm surprised they didn't concede 5 or 6 goals. Gambia, these guys, play some entertaining football. Attacking-wise, Baro, Minte, Cisse, they can score goals for fun over and over again. But defensively, just the individual mistakes they make on a consistent basis is so bad. Look at the goals they've conceded in all 5 games. Basic mistakes. To the Burundi game, to this Kenya game. I'm like, Gambia, if you defend it better, Gambia could be on 10 points here. They could be. Yeah, they've lost 3 games, but in every single game, they've been competitive. But you cannot concede 12 goals and score 12 goals and expect to at least finish second place in this group. Not going to happen. For Kenya, Benny McCarthy's debut, but judging by the highlights, I think they were kind of fortunate to get a point in this game. Bajaber's goal was sensational, by the way. Oh, wow, what a hit that was. Could have been a little bit better from Kenya, but take nothing away. Benny McCarthy is building a project there. The last game then was Ivory Coast. Gesson, who's having a great season with Nice, continued his goal-scoring form. They didn't allow Burundi anything in the matchup. Could be better attacking-wise from Ivory Coast, but we said the same thing for Egypt, for Morocco. It's just maybe going through the motion of these qualifiers. They still haven't conceded a goal in these World Cup qualifiers, so that's a good thing for Ivory Coast. They got the options off the bench with the Pepe, Adingra, and these sort of players. Like Ivory Coast are blessed with talent. The Ugandan goalkeeper, one of the worst performances I've seen this week. The first 2 goals that Mozambique scored were his fault. Basic mistakes. Either dealing with a cross, shot stopping. Wow. Horrific goalkeeper from Uganda. And I actually thought, I watched the second half of this game. I was like, wow, Uganda are playing pretty well in the second half. Obviously, Mozambique allowed Uganda more of the ball and they just sat back. I thought it was a bit better from Uganda the second half. That first half killed them, and that's the problem. If you don't have a good first half and you're down 3-1, it's very difficult to get back into the matchup. Mozambique, I think they got to perform a lot better, though. If you're going to go away to Algeria and you expect to perform like that, you're not going to get anything in the game. Algeria, then, I think this could have been an easy sort of draw this game. And, oh, man, there's going to be a lot of discussion about Petkovic and his squad selection. Could have been difficult. 27 Celsius, you're fasting if you're the Algerian players. I think they could have lost this game. But when you actually watch the game, Algeria were really good. Tactically, they were spot on how to deal with Botswana. Obviously, the Botswana goalkeeper, again, the Gori's goal should be better from Botswana goalkeeper. I don't know what he's doing in that situation. Yusuf Belali comes onto the field. Wonderful assist into Amoura for the second goal. Amoura's pace is just wonderful to see. Boudadi, by the way, this guy Boudadi in the midfield, if Benacer could just stay fit. Benacer, Boudadi midfield, creme de la creme. If you're going to talk about Algeria with the midfield. So yeah, I think this was a really good performance from Algeria. Now they got to beat Mozambique at home. Botswana, competitive, first half they weren't really in the game. Once they got that goal, which was a little bit controversial, it looked a little bit offside to me. Then Botswana could have maybe went for the second goal, but Amoura said, Silencio, all is good here. I'm just going to ice this game, and Algeria pick up a vital 3 points. Because Algeria, in recent years away from home, it hasn't been the most comfortable performances. I thought this was one of the most comfortable performances I've seen from Petkovic's side. So they're growing under Petkovic. I think they're understanding his tactics, and the young stars like Boudadi to Amoura, they're shining as, the Mahrez, the Yusuf Belalis, eventually are going to retire from the national team. So a good performance from Algeria. Now they got to beat Mozambique at home. Then the last game in this group, Somalia. Wow. This is one of the most shocking results of this international break. Probably the most shocking. The goalkeeper for Somalia, best goalkeeper performance I've seen in this window. Unbelievable. Some of the say to deny a player like Girassi. Girassi is one of the best strikers in Europe right now. And some of the saves he was making were insanity. They even had a chance in the final 5 minutes to win this game. Imagine if Somalia won this game. Oh my God. I think Guinea would have probably retired from this qualifiers. Guinea, this is a massively missed opportunity. You cannot draw points to Somalia. Credit Somalia all you want, like great goalkeeping performance. Definitely Somalia are growing as a national team, and it's going to take a lot of years to be, competitive against the Guinea, against the Botswana and these sort of teams. But to do this away from home, it's just massive kudos to the goalkeeper and the players for Somalia. Heroic effort. And for Guinea, embarrassment. Massive embarrassment. You have 12 shots on target. You have constant opportunities and you can't finish your dinner. Disappointing from Guinea. Look, for Tunisia, it's not great. I still think they are just sleepwalking in these qualifiers, but it's an away game. Also, they're fasting. It could have been a difficult matchup. Heat, artificial turf. I think Tunisia, they played well in the first 10 minutes and they said, okay, Liberia, here's the ball, try and break us down. And Liberia did nothing. I mean, nothing with the ball. So Tunisia, I don't want to criticize them and say, oh, same old Tunisia, not good performance. They're just struggling to create chances. I'm going to wait for the home game next week to really judge this Tunisia team. Namibia, they keep on performing well. I didn't get to check out this game, but to go away to Malawi and get the victory, Namibia are still right there with Tunisia. Insanity, if you ask me. And Equatorial Guinea, guess who's back, people? Guess who's back? Back again. Emilio Nsue. Of course, first 15 minutes and he gets a goal. And he's touching the badge. He's like, Esta mi país. Beautiful to see from Emilio Nsue. And Salvador, wonderful goal by him. And yeah, Equatorial Guinea. It's such a shame. Imagine if they get those 2 wins back earlier on in these qualifiers. They would be on 12 points. And we would be talking about Equatorial Guinea maybe qualifying to the World Cup. And then the last group, Madagascar. Imagine Madagascar qualifying. Everybody's going to have to try and pronounce these last names. Oh my God, that's going to be incredible. One last name you can pronounce is Ravelson, who, of course, former LA Galaxy player, very good player, probably the star player for this Madagascar team. I didn't think they played well, but the combination play they had for those first 2 goals, sensational play for Madagascar after going 1-0 down in this game. Madagascar's next game is against Ghana in a neutral venue. I think Madagascar can win that game. I think they are a very good team in possession. We'll see how they do defensively against a very good attacking team in Ghana. That game, people, is a must-watch game. The one team that I think impressed me the most by far through this first match day is Mali. Some of the football they played, that third goal by Mali, wow. The turn by Yves Bissouma, the cross into Doumbia. That was probably the best goal I saw this week because of the combination play, the volley, the wonderful turn by Bissouma. And I thought Mali, they looked strong defensively. They didn't allow Comoros a lot. And when they got the ball, dangerous. I think Tom Seinfeld is implementing his tactics perfectly into this Mali team. Be defensively solid. I think they've only conceded 1 goal since he's become manager. And we just know the attacking talent that this team has with Doumbia, a young star, Nene, a very young star as well. Mali, I know they're still 4 points behind Ghana. Very impressed by Mali. I think they played very good football. Considering Comoros have been very good side in the AFCON qualifiers, World Cup qualifiers, I thought Mali tore them apart and didn't allow them anything in the game. Last game, Ghana are going to destroy Chad because Chad are not a good team. You saw some of the goalkeeping. You saw some of the defensive howlers you saw from Chad. It was easy money for Ghana. Otto Addoy played one of the most attacking lineups I've seen in this international window. I don't think Otto Addoy could do that against Madagascar because Madagascar will also score some goals against them. Ghana got to be better defensively, but attacking-wise, it's great to see Semenyo get a goal. Inaki Williams, I think that's his 2nd goal for Ghana, so that's a good confidence booster for him. Ayu getting a goal, Salisu, one of the most easiest corner goals I've ever seen because the goalkeeper was horrendous and he was wide open. And Nuama continuing his good form for Lyon with Ghana. So the next games, though, they're all going to be played in Morocco, funny enough. Comoros will be hosting Chad. It should be 3 points for Comoros right there. I think the game though is Madagascar-Ghana. If both teams draw that and both Mali and Comoros win, wow, this group is going to get even more insane. So which player, which team impressed you the most, people? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Remember, next week we're going to have another review of the entire window in CAF World Cup qualifiers. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Remember to follow me on all the socials, Instagram, Twitter. Remember to join the Discord. We're talking all sorts of international football at the moment. All those links, description down below. But have a beautiful day. Stay safe in this crazy world. Till next time. Adios.